Hi everyone, I'm working on the pod generator and just got done gluing it up in sections. Had to sand it to fit it. This is for the Masterpiece Model 1. You see here I got Bondo now. I'm just filling around, shaping it out, getting it fixed there. I also used that cornstarch and super glue to make like a putty too, which really glues the stuff together really good. You can see it kind of seamed it down the center and stuff. Cleaning it up, getting it ready, and I will show you more as it goes, as I get it done. Okay, I got the first coating on there and the body work pretty much done. I don't know if you can make it out here. It's a turquoise green, but it's probably not coming out on the color on the camera for some reason, I don't think. But I'm gonna do some weathering and stuff on it. But it's starting to come out pretty good. It looks like blue in this camera on the lid and stuff, but I'll show you it's turquoise green. And this is what it's called, deep turquoise. And you can get this at Walmart. Probably the other brands of Rust-Oleum type of paint. Looks really nice. Honest plastic metal and all that stuff. This is called deep turquoise. I don't know if you can't really make out the color like because of the camera. I don't know why, but it looks blue here, like a bluish gray, but it ain't. It's green. Greenish turquoise, like a deep. So, but I'm gonna do some highlighting stuff to it. But see if I can get back a little bit. Maybe you'll see the coloring a little bit better. Anyhow, I like it. It's got that antique look. Okay. My first decal applied, and I think it came out pretty good. This is a test of mock-up. It's just taped up here to see. I had to heat up in these rails and shape them for the time machine to get it shaped out. But I think it's going to work pretty good. One-sixth scale time machine. Testing the mock-up of it. Got the rails, I had to heat them up and bend them. This is the monster, not the monsters. This is Masterpiece Replicas time machine. I heated the rails up and just got done bending them and taped them all up and getting them shaped out. So when I can start painting them and work on that part, and I got my motor figured out. Did a little mock-up test. Just sitting there, and I will show some more videos and demos. But I want to test fit everything before I start finishing up stuff. Okay, here's the side profile. It's just got a little warp in my in the dish itself, but ain't much you can do about that. Maybe unless I try to heat it up some more a little bit and try to straighten. Other than that, it doesn't look bad. Seems to move up good. I'm gonna grease up the internal part before I assemble it and all that junk. It's gonna look really cool. With the Morlock and Wendy, and we'll have George with the torch in his hand. That's probably full speed. I'll have it at probably set. But normally I'll have it running a little slower than that. Like that. Get some more done on it. Well, I got the little light cages painted today. Got that done. Got some work done on my the console. The little, that's all painted, and I put the decal on. Came out looking really nice. And I'm working on the part where you mount your LEDs on for the cages to set on. I got that sprayed. I'm letting it dry. That's what I got going on so far today. Well, I got the bells all done, decals all done on them. The base done. I got this little part here done. That's for the lamp, big brake light lamp cover piece that sits on the bottom base. All these are painted. Got the ball done pretty much. That's sprayed. Decals are on. Got the decals all done. Now I'm just letting it dry and assembling next week. Got all these pieces masking pulled off, so they're all done. Thanks to Lou. Came out great. Got the gauge cluster done. I went ahead and redid the center dial. It didn't come out right, so I had to redo it. But now it looks pretty nice. Get that lit up. It's gonna look good. Now just ready for next week. I'm gonna start assembling it. You can see here the pods are gonna light up nice. There's that without it, and when I get the red in there. Well, I got the decal around that hub. Got around that part. And I got the decals around the piping That little decal there on all the sides. Got it done. That was fun. Well, I got this done. I went ahead and hit a dull coat over it, so make it so less glossy and shiny. So I didn't want it all shiny like that. I think it looks pretty good. This here is the Rust-Oleum gold color that I'm using, and it's metallic finish, bright coat. Anyways, this here is the Rust-Oleum gold color I'm using, but you know it looks like brass. You could consider it brass too. But anyways, it's a metallic finish, bright coat they call it. And after I got done sanding this is how the rail turned out. I got a little bit of imperfections, but a lot of it you won't see it in the inside. The outside looks good. You can see that it'll focus. Get to this point right here. I might wet sand it again and do it some more, but it looks pretty good. And this is going to get covered up a lot of it by the console. And like I said, when it's sitting there attached, it looks pretty good. So that's the wiring installed. Just wanted to show you that. And this is the JB Weld, the two-part mixture. I think it sets up like 5 minutes, it says. But that's what I use to fill it back in. It sands really good. And I let it set overnight. And then I started sanding and shaping it. And it sands really good. I used, what did I use? I think I used some 180 to shape it out and stuff. And I also, if you got any little imperfections in it, stuff, you can use the cornstarch and the super glue, and that works really good. You mix that together, and it gives you a little time. It's like a putty, but it sands really good. It's strong, super strong. So there you go. The JB Weld works really good, sands really good. Highly recommend it. Well, I got some more on the ball part and the bowling pin fastened on there. I did do some reworking here. Looks like I 3D printed that square box for the motor. You can see that. Focus. There we go. Yeah, you can see I got some imperfections I gotta fix. But it's getting there. I do some puttying and wet sanding, some 400. Let's get in there. I got my brass tube down inside there, so the motor will have a nice brass shaft to run into. It's fastened through there. And I wouldn't build up around the ball to make it even stronger. So it's supporting all this, and this is on a brass rod going through it. This is going to be moved down. I just got it temporarily moved out like that on purpose, so I can paint it and stuff. I gotta take this down some right through here, and I'll show you some other stuff I'm working on. Also, I wanted to tell you that I use JB Weld. I'm blending that in, and I use a little bit of that cornstarch and super glue to fill some areas in. So it comes to a point where you just gotta paint and see where the imperfections at, then keep slowly doing it. It's like doing automotive car work till you get it. So you can see the highs and lows and all that junk. And there we go. I also taped this off real carefully and with masking tape and papered around it, and then I shot the gold on the rings there. So that's parts painted for getting towards assembly. And there's this part right here on the back. I also made this panel so it's removable. It comes separately, and if you cut it right, you can make it so it fits in there. It locks in and pops out. I got the rails painted. Got them all primed. I used, I'll show you the primer and stuff I use. And I got that all pretty much done. Here's the primer I get. I got it over at, I think I got it over at AutoZone. It's a primer, 2-in-1. It's a filler and a sandable primer for high build-up formula. It's made by Duplicolor. And once again, I used Rust-Oleum coat gold. There's the number for that, and just a can. It seems to look really nice. Fast train. Once again, here's that information if you need that. I got the back of the dish painted copper. Not too bad. I got a little dimple here. I might go back in it. Do a little work to get that out of there. But I took in got it painted around the edge here, and I'm going to do this different inside here. But just got some of it cut in, so you can see. Letting it dry, and then I'll probably go in and get these little spots and hit it again. It all takes time. On the decal sheet, they give you 3 of those center nameplates if you screw one up or not. I did screw up the first one I did, so thank God they gave me one left over, but I got this one okay. But they did give you 3 of these. First one I screwed up, but that's expected. But I got that done. I want to recommend that you polyurethane these decal sheets to make them a little thicker, because if you just take them right out the packaging and cut them and fit them, they will fall apart. I noticed.
Really nice gold leaf.
I had to polyurethane all of them.
Shines.
And I use the same polyurethane I use in this other videos I made. And I sprayed them with the polyurethane clear and let them set overnight and dry. Then cut them out and apply them. It made them more stronger. I did get the cage part for the top part painted, and just checking it out and see how it's going to fit. It's going to look pretty nice. I'm still test fitting here to make sure I got everything test fitted pretty good before I grind this side away like Phil, Wayne, and Lou did to run the wiring. That'll be another day. But I had to heat up the rails and bend everything to get it shaped out right. But it's starting to look really nice. Starting to come along. The chair looks really good. Pretty nice. Well, I got the tubing structure here. I got it ground out to run the wiring in there. And that's all done. I used my drilling tool and I ground out a channel in here all the way up to here to run my wires in there. I super glued it, used some of my zapper glue, spray to quickly adhere it, and then I went over it with the JB Weld. I got it smoothed on out here. And the next step I'm going to do is get it sanded and blended in. Like I said, I got my wiring ran. that's the next step. Also wanted to show here that I been working on the console and got it going. And I'm going for the Morlock time, so for the scene I'm making. And this is actually a clear tube. And I got the decal on back here. It seemed to come out pretty good. Got this all painted and the detailing. And I cut them out so these will fit down inside there. These little stand pieces here I went to the hardware store and I found these little brass fitting inserts, and I got these at Do It Best. There's kind of like a part number there, and what they are is these little standoff brass piece fittings. I just cut them down, then added a washer, 10mm washer on top. They ran the LEDs down through that, and that's what you'll see right here. And I end up painting them red. It came out looking really good, like it did in the movie. So as you can see, this goes all the way through. Then these will be backlit from the back side. These wires here I'm going to cut down and use smaller wire. But it should look pretty cool. This ain't all the way set down flat yet. There we go. But when I get it all mounted. And that's the next piece. This piece here I got done, and I got it done correctly now. Thank Don, because Don pointed it out to me that I didn't have the decal in there right, and he was right. I didn't apply it right. What I mean by is, see here, when you cut it, there's like the decal comes like in this circle pattern. But there's a little gap between here, and you're supposed to cut it through like that. So when you bring the decal together, that overlaps right there and completes the pattern. Let's focus here. So it'll complete the pattern when you overlap it together. So if you get this decal and you cut it out, you're going to have to cut it in half right there, where there's a where the line circle goes like that and like this. There's actually a gap right there. That's the part you want to cut and lay it on there. So when you put it together and you roll down there, it rolls this edge of the decal around there and lines everything up. So, but it came out looking great. I got that part done. It's a green color. It's going to look nice, just like it did in the movie. So I'm working on that part. What else I got done today? Well, I did heat my rails up, and I'll explain that. You'll probably see that in my video there too. I lined everything up before I did all this part of it. And now I'm going to sand this stuff out and get it going on. We're starting the wiring, drilling the holes, run the wiring up through the generator unit in the back. These are from flashlights. I'm going to use them to light the pods up in the back. Flashlights you can get at Dollar Tree or any of those places, or any kind of flashlight bulbs I'm going to use. And it's got a diode resistor in here. Seems to work pretty good, so that's what's going on today. When it comes to wiring and stuff, I would probably follow this here, The World of Wayne, and check out his channel and this their build of the time machine. And I believe in his, he has a link to a diagram that he used to wire his time machine when you go to there. So you might check that out and check that out. The Sprue Reverse Challenge with Lou, Phil, and Mr. Wayne. And they helped me to get mine going. There's also Model Masters has a kit that you can get from them, which comes with the clear pods and all that you can wire up your time machine through that way too. So whichever way you decide to go, and check it out. Also, Mike Evans has a time machine too, and he offers clear parts for his time machine too, if you're interested in that. Model Masters makes a 1/12 scale time machine too. Like that's the size of the prop one in the movie that comes out of the George puts it on the table and does his demonstration. So I check that out. Thank you. Well, it's October the 31st, Halloween night, and I got my time machine done. It took me all day to get it wired up, but it's done. I would like to thank Wayne, Phil, and Lou, and my friend Gary Hook for helping me out on this. And Don, thank you for the extra decal you sent me to get this fixed. And this is the Masters Model Masterpiece model kit of the time machine. It's excellent kit. A lot of work building one if you want to light it. I mean, it'd be great just to have a static one, but it was a lot of major work doing this, but came out pretty good. I made the key so it's removable too. But right now the brake light is on. I want to show you how it works here. Move that forward, and I got the all the gauges start changing from the year out there, month, and then days, flashes. And you can see I had a little color at the back here on the disc, so it looks like it's doing something going through time or whatever when it's engaged. It looks really cool at night. I'll give you a little picture of that, what it looks like with the lights out. I did a lot of work. If I ever had to replace my motor, I made this magnetized so I can get to the motor and pull it out. So that was a lot of work, but I got that done. Only other thing I got to do is my little coil things, the wire. But not tonight. But you can see it's got the gauges all light up. I don't think you can see the date and all that. I had to. I can flip my camera down this. Can I go with that? See if I can blow that up so you can see the date. There you go. Yeah, 1960. And it is October, I believe. I can't make it out to the camera, but you can see it clear as day in person. But it came out looking really good. And the chair's all flocked. I also made my armrests so they will lift up on both sides and they close. Really happy with it. Here's what it looks like at night with the lights out. I added these colors at the back. You can't really see them, but it looks really cool. So it looks kind of like the day and the sun moving and the night coming through, shines on the disc like it's going through time. I added that effect to it to make it look pretty neat. I think it adds to it. Definitely a lot of work, but it came out great. And there's the brake light on. It does go, reverse the other way when I hit the button. And as soon as I stop, whoop, the effect goes off on the dish. And it came out looking really good. Well, have a good, happy Halloween tonight. Move around here to see it. The pods are really red looking, but they come off as being super bright. If you was in person seeing it, you could see the dial numbers and all that, but you get bleed through the camera. But in person, it looks perfect. And I'll take it back to neutral. It stops. You can also go in reverse. And I can speed the motor up if I want, but I got it set towards speed. I kind of like it. I'm really happy with it. Just wanted to say, like I said, check out Wayne, Phil, and Lou's Time Machine 1/6 scale build. And if you go check out Wayne's page on YouTube, there's more information on there too about the Time Machine. As you can see there, you can see the line around the motor part where it's removable for the take the cap off to get to the motor. Did that, customized. But anyhow, I would like to got more into the depth of wiring it and stuff, but it was I would never get it done until you get to start working on it. And right there you can see the wiring I ran inside the channel of the frame. There's some of the pinstripe tape I used to do the pinstriping on it. But yeah, I wish I had more time to do that, but it's a little more complicated than wiring it. It's almost something you got to do yourself. It's harder to explain than it is to really do. And I thank you for watching my video and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.